This is part 4 of my No Fences series with Mercury out in the wide open. And I have been over time working him with no fences, hence the title. So my goal, aside from having fun and growing our connection, was just to play more freely with the Liberty Dressage and all the Liberty work going to next level, and to build our connection and challenge myself to have no boundaries so he can really choose to leave when he wants to. And it's been really fun and interesting to see how it's getting better and better. And so I started a little bit with working with eye contact and with focusing him around the grazing. And now I'm ready to start working with him more in motion. So I'm asking him to lead from behind and companion walk with me. So remember, the horse is free to leave at any time here. He has the choice. And you'll see him getting little bits of grass here and there. But I definitely feel like we're having much stronger focus out here and stronger connection. And it's making it even more fun, if that's possible. So you'll see me starting to enforce the "it's not time to eat" game, as I say. Now it's time to move around more. Leading from behind to halt here. He said, "No, I'm going to keep walking," to the video guy, because I love to get my close-up in the camera. Always got to get a close-up. Mercury, the camera hem. So what I like about this is that you can see how he gets gradually more focused, and it doesn't bother me that he goes and eats somewhere else. That's part of the fun, and he's allowed to do that. But you see how I build him up to more and more focus work. Like here, when we did leading from behind to halt, he turned back to me, gave me eye contact, checked in with me instead of going to eat. So I said, "This is leading from behind, Mercury. Let's go do that." I don't mind if he snatches bits of grass. I just tell him we're still walking here. And then when I stop, he stops and eats grass. And your horse probably will too. This is not a problem. I say, "All right, move along. No more eating grass," and halt. So the leading from behind helps to build up the companion movement. Have a nice little moment there. And say, "Okay, let's do a little more leading from behind." Walking along. You'll see moments where you can feel the companion movement is coming. So there, even he's getting a bit of grass and then turning back to me. It's very important to leave that space and not jump to conclusions. To leave space for the horse to make choices on his own and feel the space there in between each request. Because if you don't, we tend to rush the horse a bit. And when we rush the horse, we don't give him time to think and to engage with us. So I try to leave a lot of space. So here I'm saying, "It's still not time to eat." And you'll notice he's giving me more and more eye contact. And the more he's turning to me, the more I'm able to start to work on more advanced things. periodically I will reward him and say, you can eat when I feel like I want to do that, and you'll see that I do it a little bit later on. But the overview here is always to see the progression from the horse, from where we start and his progression with me to where we wind up at the end of each session. And it's not even over a very long period of time much anymore. It's pretty cool that it's shorter and shorter, and it's more normal for us to just walk out here and have this sort of connection right away. And that's because I start by letting him do what he wants, which is eat, and gradually building up the leadership. Good, so he's starting to be more willing to focus. There's our companion walk there. I said, oh, we got a short one, so we asked him to stop eating again. Leading from behind to halt. Again, by stopping there and waiting to see what he does, I can organically change into there a little draw. So I can look at what he's going to offer and then take that and go with that. So the stronger that connection is, the more advanced and challenging things I can ask him. So here I'm saying, let's wake up a little bit, let's have a little more energy, a little more fun. So I did a little send here, and I'm waiting to see what happens. So he went up the pathway, which is a little road that goes back to the stables, turned back to me, and I said, well, all right then, why don't we draw back? I'm not afraid to have him leave, because that's part of the fun of the work. And look what happens. He come back. So he could have gone all the way back to the stables. He could have gone back to his friends. They're all actually right up there. But he said, no, I'll come back to you and to the grass. So once I have that strong of a draw, I know I can play a little bit more. So you get into a little companion trotting, a little playing. So I'm starting to ask for a little bit more intricate things, and I really liked what he just did, so I said, why don't you have a little grass then? We have a little pause break there, and then he gets the idea that it's not all about doing things. It's about just going and having some fun and getting some rewards. So I'm building up his energy a little bit so he can play. A little bit of circles and send and draw there. Come around, a little running around and playing. Now I'm just having fun. We are just playing. Oh, he said, I gotta have a little bit of grass before we go on there. So we're doing little transitions here. You see me changing from trot, circling. There I've put myself in more of a leading from behind in the trot position. Circle to canter transitions to halt. All things you need to do while riding. Now imagine if you're in an open field and you have that much communication with your horse with no tack, how much more safe you would feel with tack, and how much more you would have communication with tack. So if we are with each other, I sent him off again. So let's run. Yay! It's a big send there. So I wanted him to really, really canter on a little bit. So he went down to the other side of the field, which is actually where the riding ring is. There's a sand ring over there. And see if I can draw him back. So how I approach him is I try to pick up the eye. You see, notice I didn't go directly to him. I asked for his eye contact and then asked him if he would come back towards me. And he said, yes, I would actually. So we have a little moment there. He said, thanks for coming back. A little grooming. He likes to be groomed right in there in his shoulders. So here, it wandered off to another place, up more nearby where the other horses are. And I'm drawing him back again, asking him if he would rejoin me. He said, yes, I would. Now I'm going to work again on some more intricate things. A little circle, and a little bit of the shoulder in, a little bit of collection. All kinds of things going on here. Working on lots of liberty dressage things here, setting him up again in a lateral movement. A little more collection. Always getting all fired up by that. I said, oh, that was pretty nice. I'm going to offer you to graze there. So it's keeping his enthusiasm. He knows if he does something really nice that we're always going to have a grass break for that. And I don't do things over and over again. I change. You see, I do a lot of changing, change direction often. So here, doing a little bit of side steps. And I am starting to encourage him to start working a little bit on the shoulder in, actually, on the straight line. So I just ask for a few steps at a time, just to see if I can get it, play around with that. Working on the straighter line, and then draw them back. Keep changing speed, so we go up in the energy and down. It's good to see we can do both, and just to see what we can do out here in this uneven, challenging footing. Go to the right now, get a little bit of grass. Nice right turn. Here I'm asking him for a more sideways movement, suppling in the hindquarters and the shoulders. On the left, and then change the bend. So it's very good to be able to change like that on the circle. Shows a lot of flexibility, a lot of suppleness. Very good exercise. Lots and lots of fun. So I feel pretty good about where we are and the fun we're having. I encourage you to experiment too.